Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Apps. In today's video, we're going to be looking at this, which is the AmpKnob RevC by Bogren Digital. Now, this is a real simplified version of a Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier, the RevC version of the Mesa Boogie Dual Rectifier. And what makes this thing really unique is that it's only got one knob. So all of the sounds that you can get from this are all controlled from this one knob, which makes it incredibly easy to use. And especially for people that aren't that technical and they don't want to mic up a cab, they don't want to fiddle around with different plugins to try and find the right sound. If you want that sort of Mesa Boogie sound, this amp sim is absolutely perfect. This is not a sponsored video. Bogren Digital don't even know that I'm doing this video. So I just thought, because we talked about it in our live show, which we do on Wednesdays, we talked about this particular plugin, and I thought that I'd just do a quick review of it. And by the way, if you are getting something out of this video, perhaps you consider clicking on the like button. It really does help us, and it also helps YouTube push the video out to like-minded people. So let's wind it back to its lowest position and see how that sounds. So you can't get those sort of clean sounds that you can get from a Mesa Boogie rectifier. Now, I guess if you're buying a plugin like this, that's not really what you want. You want it for its drive sounds. And from what I've used on it so far, it sounds really, really good. So let's try and get to the point where it sounds usable. So it has got the throaty sound of a dual rectifier, but it hasn't got that sort of flubby bottom end. So I'm guessing they've done some sort of processing where they've filtered off some of the very low frequencies, which you tend to control on a Mesa Boogie rectifier by using something like a tube screamer. Now, what I'm going to do before I do anything else, I'm just going to turn on some delay and reverb, because that's how I would use it in a mix. I used to have a dual rectifier, and the thing that I used to really like about the dual rectifier was how you can play big chords with lots of intervals in them, and every single note would ring out. And it was one of the sort of unique things about the dual rectifier at the time. So let's see if the plugin can do it. And it actually does it really well. Let's turn it up a bit more. Right, you can see why they put this little marker on this, because that's such a great setting. Now, one of the other things I like about this, it's got a noise gate built in. If I click on the cogs down here and I go to gate and settings, you see we've got this noise gate setting. We can turn it off. So that's the sound that I would normally get if I'm sort of plugged into my interface and playing a plugin. So it's not horrendous if I turn it on. It's great, so it cuts out that noise completely. Let's bring it up a little bit more. And let's see what happens when we take it up to 10. Now this might be the shortest ever video that I've ever done, but that is a cracking sounding plugin. If you're looking for clean sounds, forget it. One of the things that I tend to find about plugins are that they tend to homogenize guitars. So it doesn't matter what guitar you got plugged into it, it tends to sound like the plugin as opposed to sound like the guitar. Now that's different with amplifiers. When you plug into an amplifier, you can plug a Les Paul into one of my amplifiers we've got back there, and it will sound completely different to if I plug, say, like a Telecaster. So let's see what happens when I plug a different guitar into this plugin. I picked up my thin line Telecaster. It's obviously got single coils and it's a thin line, so it should sound very different. But let's bring the gain back a bit. It is really good, and at the moment, if I go to their website, you can see here at the moment it's on an intro deal price, which is £39.99 in euros. If I go to British pounds, £34.99 British pounds, and US dollars £44.99. Now that's pretty good. Personally, £35 for an amp simulator that sounds like that. You'd have to spend a lot of money on an amplifier to get something to sound that good, and then spend a lot of time miking up that amp, going through different preamps, using high quality microphones, where for £35 you've got it all in the box. Anyway, this is probably the shortest video that I've ever done. I hope you guys got something out of it. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please note, this is not a sponsored video. Bogren Amplifiers or Bogren Digital don't know I'm doing this. So this is completely my own views. If you did get something out of the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click on the bell button and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.